Up da 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 da, yeah. You're again, come to give you more again, yeah, yeah, yeah. You never find no one in this lifetime to love you like I do, so never mind things that people say that I'll never hurt you. You never find no one in this lifetime, so never mind. Let time unwind, baby. Lay your head to rest, baby. Let us put love to the test, baby, and let love lead the way. If we believe, join our hearts, mind and souls, keep us together. You never find no one in this lifetime to love you like I do, so never mind things that people say that I'll never hurt you. You never find no one in this lifetime, so never mind. Let time unwind, baby. When time comes around and no one's around, I'll be there with you, girl, in silence or sound. Time after time, things burden you down, but I will still love you, love you. Our friend said that you are not sincere. Your friend said proceed with care, but you see and feel the realness in me. Our love is meant to be. Our friend said that you're not sincere. Your friend said proceed with care. You see and feel the realness in me. Love is meant to be. You never find no one in this lifetime to love you like I do, so never mind things that people say that I'll never hurt you. You never find no one in this lifetime, so never mind. Let time unwind, baby. I'm for you, you for me. It's meant to be exactly how it is when you are here with me. Nothing exists, true love is what it is. You never find no one in this lifetime to love you like I do, so never mind things that people say that I'll never hurt you. You never find no one in this lifetime, so never mind. Let time unwind, baby.
You'll never find someone to love you like we do on Island Zone Radio. Good evening, good evening. Welcome to Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. Good evening to each and every one of you. Ken, how are you?
Well, good evening, Shanaz, and good evening to all our lovely viewers. I am good today, a little bit rested, but I don't know. I woke up at about 4 o'clock this morning, couldn't sleep back, but thank God I'm feeling good.
You didn't take none of your advice that you gave everyone yesterday?
Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't sleep.
He couldn't sleep. Well, happy Monday to each and every one of you.
And you know, the strange thing is that this thing doesn't ever happen before. This is the first time.
You think somebody played Jumbie work on you?
Oh, no Jumbie. I'm the biggest Jumbie, no.
Just kidding, guys.
Yeah.
Jamila Umar, good evening to you, my beautiful auntie. Asha, how you doing? Mr. Joe Thomas, good evening to you. Asha Mohanlal, thank you. She loved the song. And Waveney Joseph, good evening to you. You're locked on to Island Zone Radio. Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken airs every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. Today we have a variety of topics to talk about. We have some songs to make your Monday night a little bit better. We had a rough Monday today, what should I say? But you know what? Tomorrow will be better, hopefully. I am always hopeful that tomorrow will be better.
That's right. Optimistic is the word.
That's right. Debbie Sanasi, good night to you. How you doing, Mr. Joe? Thank you, the beautiful Diana Chuni Lal. Good evening to you. Island Zone Radio, DJ Fest is locked on. Big up to all the wonderful DJ. What do you think of Island Zone Radio and all the wonderful DJs we have 24/7?
It's a beautiful thing. The unfortunate
Teamwork.
thing for me, yes. Great guys, always, doing a great job. And it's good to have you among all of us.
That's
You're the
right.
spice of
That's
things.
right. One
You spice
female
things
around
up.
all you fantastic male artists and singers and musicians, and not forgetting fantastic DJs. They bust music 24/7 on Island Zone Radio. Share the link. Tell a friend to join us. And yes, I missed Navin Pagu today. 12 to 2 segment. That's all E segment. So, you never know what's coming up. You have to join us on islandzoneradio.com. Not just on Facebook, but, it's www.islandzoneradio. Say, hi Siri, play Island Zone Radio, and you will hear some fantastic tunes. We have DJ Play from Florida and around the world. 2 DJs from Canada. Big up to Rhythm Vibration and Spider always crawling up the wall.
All right, and that's good.
And we have Ken Rampasad every Sunday on Island Zone. Chit Chat with Shanaz on Monday. And so many other DJs hopping on board. Hey, Chandra, how you doing? Shireen, good evening to you. Mahen, how you doing? Good evening, good evening. Mr. Rishi Rambali, thank you very much. Ruby Nazir, Island Zone Radio for each and every one of you, 24/7. I love listening to them on my way home, in the car, or at work. We have, not forgetting, the hotspot every Friday
night, 8
Friday
o'clock.
night, starting off your weekend. The beautiful Jean Bajan, how you doing? Marilyn Dean, good evening to you. Good evening to everyone locked on, near or far, wherever you are. You're listening to Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. Hey, Mr. Steve Rampasad, how you doing? Labor Day, big Saturday and Sunday special coming up. I thought when Festa he had an announcement, he's going to tell everyone he's getting remarried again. But
Yeah.
I think that would be a secret. He wouldn't announce that one.
Probably he would want to do that on a boat ride.
I think so. So, guys, keep it locked because something big, something always happening on Island Zone Radio. We do have part 2 to our Bollywood Oldies coming up September 19, but we have our Labor Day. Big things happening, and the DJs will be keeping you entertained that weekend. Debbie Sanasa, thank you very much. Chandra, Glory, how you doing? Rory, Jack Dale, and the beautiful Jean Bajan, thank you very much. It's Monday. I'm a little bit tired, and yes, I went to the beach yesterday. So, Mavis Kisoon, good evening to you. We miss you, and we miss all the DJs when they're not live on Island Zone Radio. We look forward for being entertained.
That's right. Anshana says you went out yesterday. I was tired on Saturday, but I was lucky that I was invited to a small get-together in Baisley Park. And I have to tell Sunny, thank you very much, along with Maria Harris. Thank you very much. Sheila the Best was there. Also, Rose, Debbie Sanyasi, and Bibi Hack. Oh, God, the food was so good. I was too embarrassed. There was so much good food. I enjoyed the pepper shrimp and the fried rice made by Maria. Also, first time I think I was eating spinach rice. It was so delicious. I tell them, don't lose my number. Call me again.
Spinach rice. And
Yeah.
it should be healthy because spinach is good for
Absolutely.
you also.
Yes. I told Gita she got to put that on the menu now at least once a week home.
Wow, that's good. Hey, Paul Lotan, how you doing from Fort Lauderdale, Florida? Good evening to you, Sono Juno. Good evening to the beautiful Auntie Nalini Naidu. How you doing? Good evening, good evening. Happy Monday to each and every one of you. We miss you all weekend. It's been like a whole entire week we haven't seen you
right.
guys. So welcome. We have so many topics to discuss with you, but before we do, let the DJ play a song to make your Monday evening a little bit better.
When I find that girl, I don't know, swear that girl will be the only one for me, the one that makes my life complete. Yeah. And when I find that girl, I hold her down, I swear that girl, she'll be the one that conquers me. My love will take control of me. Yeah. Would you be at one of my shows? Good love, it's almost like all of alone. No. Would you be in front of my face? Yeah. Good love, something that I wanna embrace. Yeah. I got a king size bed, but no queen to share it with me. Saying that I wanna know your name right now. When I find that girl, I lock her down, I swear that girl will be the only one for me, the one that makes my life complete. Yeah, and when I find that girl,
The beautiful Shireen Basant, how are you doing? Selena John, thank you very much. The beautiful Debbie Sanasi.
the one that conquers me, my love will take control of me. Yeah.
Mr. Vishal Munisar, how are you doing? The beautiful Liz Paduan, Mavis Kisoon, good evening, good evening. Not forgetting DJ Lol also.
I keep me on my best behavior. Yeah. Could it be my closest friend? Yeah. Real love.
The beautiful Sharda Budu. Hey Chandra Lal, good evening to you.
No, got a fancy car, but no one's around. Please say that I wanna know your name right now. So when I find that girl,
when you find that girl,
I wanna swear that girl will be the only one for me, the one that makes my life complete. Yeah, and when I find that girl, I hold her down, I swear that girl, she'll be the one that conquers me. My love will take control of me. Yeah.
Mike D. Cruz, how you doing? Good evening, and welcome back to Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. We want to talk about two topics, then we'll go into a commercial break with a music, actually. We want to talk about the government dispatched 1,200 hampers to the Amerindian village, and then 600 households in North Pacaraima received COVID-19 relief. So, Ken, let's get in some details. I know we've been doing humanitarian work around the world, and it feels good to give back.
That's right. And, it's good that the government really venture out into the Amerindian community, because we really don't know how bad it is in that area. Because of the COVID, there is not much movement going on in Guyana. And it's good that a total of 1,200 hampers, cleaning supply, and hygiene kits were Thursday dispatched for 11 indigenous villages along Maruka, Waini, Barima River. So it's the Barima Waini area, which is a good thing. I'm so glad that it happened. And I think the PPP just did all of this in just such a short time.
Well, PPP started their work way before they were elected and they were in office, because I've been seeing their work, giving out hampers and not forgetting sanitizer and all these kits, safety kits. So keep up the good work, PPP, and we look forward for serving a good term. So let's talk about 600 household items in the North
Pacaraima. For a long time, I didn't hear the Pacaraima.
Pacaraimans. I remember that song, From Pacaraimans. That's a song, right?
Yes, 600 household items, in the community, which is, if you don't know, it's in Region 8. Will benefit from food hampers as part of the government's effort to provide relief to hinterlands community affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. So, which is a good thing again, too, because, despite we haven't really get a number how much they have there, but, they're close to the border, so you don't know what's going on there. And I'm so glad that these people are going to get help, That's a good thing. And the government is doing something that's very smart, and it's good for them to do. It's
that's right. Guyana was at a standstill for a really long time. So I believe that everyone needed help at this time, because the jobs, lack of jobs, and, the change of government was putting everything on hold. So yes, big up to the government for reaching out to the Pacaraimas and all those indigenous people that they are really in need of stuff.
That's right.
Let's talk about Queens. Do you really feel like us in New York, there is a need for all these hampers and food distribution? I know that was a topic last week. We were debating on that, and I wanted to read you guys' feedback and comments. So if you feel like there is a need, because so many items are being taken and dropped off unnecessary. I mean, people are taking stuff that they don't need and dropping it off instead of, giving it out.
Shanaz, I'm glad you brought that up. I spoke to, it's a good thing. It's a good thing you give to those who really need stuff. And I would certainly hope that people who really need this would go for it. I'm also hearing, I don't know if you heard this, that some people go in and collect things from these places and they're sending it to their country.
Right.
Which is not a good thing to do,
I think they have an expiration date, and the time it takes to, pack those things and send it to Guyana or Trinidad or around the world, it might be a waste because they will expire. So guys, if you don't need it here, leave it for the folks here. But I do feel like, I don't know, maybe in the limelight where I don't see there is a need. And the person I was talking to said, well, why aren't we saving? Why weren't we saving for hard time, And I said, who's in need right now? The folks who are here illegal, who are here and lost their jobs, who can't work in this situation. But then another friend said, well, they were working all along, but they weren't saving. They were sending their money for their family and friends back home. So now they're on the avenue and they're forming lines, and it's so embarrassing. It's not just embarrassing. It's like our community. I believe someone said it was on the news that there's so much need in Richmond Hill, for food. I mean, how bad does that look that, we can't put up for ourselves, we can't save for our own future? That, guys, it's a good thing. Just if you save $1 a day, I don't believe anyone should provide for myself. I should be able to provide for myself, but save some money for your kids, and you never know. Hard time will always knock at your door.
Yeah, but on the flip side to that, that's why I love we can have a conversation. On the flip side, a lot of people going through hard time in this country. People work. Some people work minimum wage. They don't have a lot of money. They can't afford to save anything because And I've always think about this. For example, a guy like me, I pay
hardworking.
Yes, and I earn a lot of money. But also I spend a lot of money because for my toll and gas alone per month.
I mean, cost of living itself is expensive.
Right.
When you finish paying off the bills, Uncle Bill is there for everyone. When you finish paying your bill sometime, I imagine a lot of folks will be left without groceries.
That's
you have
right.
to choose sometime without getting the grocery or your medications.
Yes, some people really go through that. But look at this. I pay nearly $400 a month to just go to work and come home back. My phone bill is 6 of us, and the phone bill is $400 a month. Your light bill, your gas. So it is not an easy thing to do. However, I always tell people that the best time of your life in the United States is when you're living by family or you're living in a basement.
You could get to save a little bit, right? And a lot of folks that, came into this country live by family, which we did, and you save a lot of money, you put up and you move on. That's a really good start, and I have to applaud my aunt for helping us to do that. And so many family that put up with your family, your brothers and your sisters, give that little start. And I myself, I love giving people a head start on life.
Absolutely. And it's always good to do good to Shanaz. You get back your blessings.
You do. And you don't have to get a camera every time, you're doing something. Most of the time we do so much that we don't want to take a picture. I don't want to post a picture of what I'm doing.
You talk about that. My whole trunk is full of Pampers.
Actually, I just came. I picked up a brand new printer to donate to a school in Guyana. So that's what was my stop before I came to the studio.
Good. Yeah, a lot of things we do and you guys don't know about it. And like I tell Shana, sometimes it's good to.
I mean, we share our experience. I say, hey Ken, I just got I would send him the wheelchair I just picked up, whether it's 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night, and Ken will tell me, hey, I just picked up some diapers and it's here for you. So it's good, and we encourage you guys to do good too. If you have donations, call us. We'll be happy to pick it up from you with wheelchair, walker, hampers, anything of need. We will take it. The Bibi Hack, good evening to you. How are you doing? War Boss Andy is locked on from Guyana. John Matfawaka to you. Hey Ben, good evening to you. Rory Jack Dale, good evening. And I'm hoping that everyone, I'll be going on their live to see if they share the link on their Facebook page or share it with a friend. And I know War Boss is a sharer because it said that the beautiful Auntie Nalini Naidu is a top fan. It says that also. And where is John Namat? He should be our top fan.
He's
Bibi Hack is not a top fan as yet. Auntie Nalini is a top fan. And I believe Ryan Jeffrey is a top fan. And he's also a sharer. So I love Facebook for telling us who's sharing and who is, listening. And
Bibi Hack looks very good for her age. And that's a good thing. We have a lot of good-looking viewers too, and we have to go. And I'm glad they invited you too, but you were busy that day, so you couldn't go. But it's always good to meet our viewers. They always tell us nice things. So, and they were happy to see Geeta, myself, and her niece.
Wow!
So that was good.
Thank you guys for the invite. Yes, we love mixing and mingling with you guys, and definitely coming out. I had a business barbecue. Was a real estate barbecue. Was very progressive, successful, meeting nice new folks. It's always interesting. So good night to each and every one of you. Happy Monday. If you haven't shared the link, share the link. Bibi Woodstock, how you're doing? It's Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. I believe we talked for just a little bit. Let's go to a song and we'll be right back. We want to entertain you guys on a beautiful Monday and share what's happening around the world. If something is happening around your world, your area, share it. comment, and we will read it for you.
I want to say special hello to Jasuda Bawan. She is from Lenora on the west coast of Demerara, and she lives right in Canada. So good to see you on. Actually, I taught her Red Cross back in Guyana.
Wow. Someone else locked on from Canada. It's Selecta a bit. Selecta a bit is the dancing DJ on Island Zone Radio, always entertaining us.
Yes.
And we love that because I'm driving home and he's locked on, and we could feel that energy when he's on.
Oh, he's a dancer too. I see the other day he had a bottle or a glass on his head was dancing.
Oh, really?
He's a dancer too.
Okay, that's awesome. So Selecta a bit, big up to you. Eileen Sukram, how you doing? Debbie Sanasi, thank you very much. John Nimat, how you doing? Good evening to each and every one of you. And yes, Ken talked about menopause yesterday. It's important for ladies and gents to know about menopause because it's like a complete transformation in female body. And it could cause a lot of stress, a lot of, if guys don't understand what's going on with their girlfriend or their wife, you might feel, okay, they're neglecting you. They're not neglecting you. They're trying to focus on what's going on with them. Hormonal changes, hot flashes. And as someone commented on your chat yesterday, we as women go through so much. And, we have to put up with you guys too. That's a lot of work.
Yeah. But, and I always try to be an advocate for the ladies too, that, it's good when you get a good husband who can treat you good. And so you will have to give back that too and treat your
husband. And who would
good,
understand, okay, it's the time of the month. Let me get up and do the dishes. Let me make dinner instead of sitting down and expecting her to be doing all these things, going to work and then come and put on dinner. Come on, guys. I know Selecta Bit is a good cook. So, hey, good evening. Eileen, how you doing? The beautiful Veronica Jagla. And Veronica gets a lot of help because she have a very understanding husband. He is always in the kitchen helping her out. So, Shalene, good evening to you. Hey, Shireen, how you doing? Arshad Mohammed, good evening to you. Debbie Sanasi. Let's go with a beautiful song. And I hope this DJ plays something that you guys could dance to.
Don't worry
about a thing,
'cause every little thing gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing gonna be alright.
Good evening to my beautiful mom, Bibi Muhammad. Don't worry about a thing.
Smile with the rising sun. Three little birds it's by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true, saying, this is our message to you. Singing, don't worry about a thing.
Mr. John Nimat wrote, yes, there's a need in Queens, Brooklyn, Richmond Hill, etc. John Nimat, keep commenting. I want to know why you feel that there is a need. Sabitri, good evening to you. Eileen, thank you very much for joining us from Florida. My mom is our #1 sharer. She's always sharing the link, sharing the love. And Selecta Bid.
Gonna be alright. Don't worry. Singing, don't worry about a thing. I won't worry. Every little thing gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing.
Diamond Vibes, good night. Ladita, how you're doing? Ron Mohammed, good evening to you. Bibi Hawk, thank you very much.
Don't worry.
And Diamond Vibes also is always dancing. I love your passion when it comes to the music and dancing and entertaining us.
It's gonna be alright. Don't
worry about a thing. Remember, prayers move mountain. Give God your worries and he'll take care of it. Arshad Mohammed, how you doing? Debbie Sanasi, Diamond Vibes, good evening, good evening. To each and every one of you locked on to Island Zone Radio, it's Chit Chat every Monday with Shanaz and Ken and the beautiful Bibi Haq. How you doing? Thank you guys for joining us. And
I see your mom sending a lot of love for you, Shanaz.
My mom is my number one supporter, and she's always encouraging. And it's good to have your mom on your side, where she's always can comment or give you some critical comments,
Absolutely.
and share the link and the love. So whether it's on my TV program or my radio program, she's always sharing love and always trying to be on to listen.
You're talking about your mom, Shanaz. It's a good thing, and like I always say, when you have your family that's helping you, that's supporting you in all that you do, it's a beautiful thing.
It is.
So you are blessed to have such a wonderful mother.
I must say, if I have just my mom on my side, I have the entire world.
Oh, that's beautiful. Mom must be getting very excited there, Miss Bibi Mohammed.
And I am her world, and she is my world.
Oh, beautifully said. It's beautiful. Bibi Haq is there. Thank you very much. Eileen Sukram, thank you for tuning in. Michael Nalini Naidu, I know you didn't get to listen to the program yesterday, but do tune in back and watch later on. I see our beautiful friend, Girly Prasad, and I got to tell you, I see Girly Prasad in a couple of months that she have found the love of her life.
She is blooming. What can I say?
Fire.
So when you find the true love, it shows. You blossom, and she is blossoming. So yes, it's always good for true love, and you never know how true love is until you give it a try and give it your all.
That's right. And probably next time she comes to New York, we will talk to her and see what is love really. Because I see she blooming, she's doing good, she's singing. And not surprised, later on she's going to have a duet with herself and the husband. So
that's right. Hey. Something to look forward to. So yes, we will have her on September 19. You guys will be seeing her live in the studio on Island Zone Radio, Shanaz Musical Sensation. She would be love to be here performing for you guys. The beautiful Veronica Jacklal, how you're doing? And most men suffers from menopause, like ladies. Do they?
We do suffer from menopause, but men does not really suffer from it like ladies, with the hot flashes and so on. And sometimes men, they don't realize that they're going through menopause.
What age is that? Is that over 40?
We are talking about 51 years or so. One of the biggest problem is that we know that men, the canary doesn't sing anymore, if you know what I mean.
Maybe can you sing too often when I was younger?
Right.
Justin D. Anthony, good evening to you. Bibi Haq, how are you doing? Zamina Saran, good evening. But it's always good to pay attention to your health now, because as I know, people who are sexually active at 90 years old, 80 or 90, and if you're taking care of yourself, eating healthy,
Shanaz, you just took the words out of my mouth. Eating a balanced diet, it's very good, and that's the best thing you can do. Also, if you add exercise to your life, and we always say it, me and you have been doing this for over a year now, and we learned that diet and exercise is one of the best things that you can do for yourself.
That's right. And also, diabetes plays an important role. It's worse for men than women. Why is that, Ken? Why is that?
It's something we have to wake up. The canary, if he can sing, he can sing. But one good thing I know you love to laugh. The other day, talking about that, Shanaz, I woke up, we did a show on Monday night. On Tuesday morning, I woke up. I was in the room by myself, and I was laughing because you cracked me up on Monday night.
Laughter is the best medicine, and it's good that we can laugh about anything, especially ourselves.
But also what I want to say on a serious note, Shanaz, is that, despite men go through menopause and erectile dysfunction and so on, there is so many help out there. And of course, next week I'm going to piggyback on what I said yesterday, and I'll talk about erectile dysfunction and some of the foods that men can eat and women can eat to help each other. And
it's good to tune into the program with your boyfriend, your husband, because it's education. It's not taboo anymore. It's your health. And when it comes to your health, we need all the knowledge we can, because if someone don't know what a yeast infection is, they wouldn't know how to treat it, and they might leave it untreated. So education is the key to success to your health.
That's what Shanaz and myself doing. I see Maria Harris was on just now. I think she's on. And I met this guy, sunny, and he's such a nice guy to be around too. Very caring guy. Hope that we get to hang out a little more. And I told him that probably one day we were supposed to plan something and invite everybody.
We were supposed to have a chow mein competition where everybody bring a dish, chow mein, just a bowl of chow mein, so we could,
I think
cross taste.
Maria Harris will be a tough competitor because she made some good one.
Oh, really? Okay, so then I'm going to be competing against Maria.
I'll be the judge.
He'll be the judge. And he's the bird judge, just to let you know. The beautiful girly Prasad. Hey, Justin D. Anthony, how are you doing? Justin is always entertaining us on the radio. Also, thank you guys for joining us on Island Zone Radio. Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. Alvin Ramsarup, it's Underground Sound. And yes, it's always free. Share the link. Share the love. Mr. Justin, thank you. Rishi Rambali, Fawaka to you. Fawaka to all our Suriname viewers out there. We love you guys. The beautiful Varshni Kedarnauth is in the studio tonight. And we know she loves to share our link.
That's right. I have to. Rishi said, Shanaz, you flexible and speak very good English. I got to tell you that Rishi, that Shanaz have been doing this for a very, very long time. She is a seasoned broadcaster here in New York, and I'm always proud of her and glad that she took me under her wings to do this.
That's right. Let's read John Nimit's comment. Diabetic is more dangerous for men because it destroy your manhood. That's right. The sugar stick, he said. And it's important, no matter it might be funny,
absolutely
but it's
correct.
Quite serious. So, watch what your intake is on sugar. Mm-hmm. Start monitoring it now because you never know, 40 might be too late.
Absolutely. Like I said earlier, and he's right, you need to go and there are so many things that you can do to help yourself.
That's right, guys. So let's go with a beautiful song. We'll be back with two amazing topics when we return. What's happening in Guyana? Well, Guyana seems to be our topic tonight. And hey, let's talk about it. Persons failing to wear face mask in public will face fine, jail probably, because it's safety. Right now, Guyana has over 800 COVID cases, I believe.
Yeah, and Shanaz, one of the things is that I was wondering today if that's too serious, where they want to jail people for not wearing their mask. In the United States, they really don't jail anybody. But, I want to say that this is something very serious.
Everybody have to try to take control of what's going on.
Wear their mask because it's serious, it's deadly. So we would encourage everyone to just please wear your mask and practice social distancing, especially now it's a lot in Guyana,
Well, that's right. It's important because, you can walk into a room that you don't know if someone just sneezes in that room, if COVID is in that room, and you're walking in without a face mask. So protect yourself. Your life is at risk. Let's go.
That's right. Another song, and then when we come back, we'll talk about some Guyanese went back to Guyana.
Heading sun like a pearl upon the ocean. Come and feel me. Oh, feel me. Shining in the setting sun like a pearl upon the ocean. Come and heal me, oh heal me. Thinking about the love we're making and a life we're sharing. Come and feel me, oh feel me. Shining in the setting sun like a pearl upon the ocean. Come and feel me, come on heal me.
कह दूं हुआ मुझे भी प्यार हुआ तेरा होने लगा हूँ होने लगा हूँ जब से मिला हूँ तेरा होने लगा हूँ होने लगा जब से मिला हूँ Shining in the setting sun like a pearl upon the ocean. Come and feel me, oh feel me. Shining in the setting sun like a pearl upon the ocean. Come and heal me, oh heal me. वैसे तो मन मेरा पहले भी रातों में अक्सर ही चाहत के हाँ सपने संजोता था पहले भी धड़कन ये धुन कोई गाती थी पर अब जो होता है वो पहले न होता था हुआ है तो
तुझे जो भी मुझे भी इस बार हुआ तो क्यों ना मैं भी कह दूं हुआ मुझे भी प्यार हुआ
तेरा होने लगा होने लगा जब से मिला तेरा
Select the young blood.
लगा होने लगा जब से मिला आंखों से छू लूं के बाहें तरसती है दिल ने पुकारा है हाँ अब तो चले आओ आओ के शबनम की बूंदें बरसती है मौसम इशारा है हाँ अब तो चले आओ
बाहों में डाले बाहें बाहों का जैसे हार हुआ हमारा मैंने माना हुआ मुझे भी प्यार हुआ
तेरा होने लगा होने लगा जब से मिला तेरा
ocean, come and feel me, oh feel me. Shining in the setting sun like a pearl upon the ocean, come and heal me, oh heal me. Thinking about the love we're making and a life we're sharing, come and feel me, oh feel me.
Music is the universal language of love. Welcome back to Shanaz. Hey, Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken, the beautiful Girly Prasad. How are you doing for welcome, Mr. John Nimet, Girly Prasad. Thank you, Maria Harris. And I believe the beautiful Maria Harris have a question. HHA is considered a frontline worker, home health aid services. So you are a frontline worker. Big up to all the frontline workers out there. You know, I was telling my sister earlier, yesterday actually, that, you know, a lot of folks got so much advantages of COVID, you know. Some of us is disadvantages, but we have to look at things on the bright side. I worked through this. You worked through this. A lot of folks worked through this. We didn't know what was COVID because we were at work. We were busy. So many folks on the ambulance drivers, they're putting their lives at risk. The hospital workers. Every day you go out there, your life is at risk. So if you don't have to be out there, don't be out there.
That's right. And unfortunately, I was very sick with the COVID-19. And thank God that I'm well and I'm alive to be with you here now on the show.
During March was our highest hospital admission for the month, for this year actually. We had 43 hospital intake, that patients that went to the hospital due to COVID and other serious illness. So you know what? It was a very busy time for all the hospitals. Finally, things are calmed down. And I believe John Nimet wrote something. He wrote that Suriname is the highest right now in the Caribbean when it comes to COVID.
I think it's 3,500, he said. It's gone from the screen. Wait.
So we are talking about, yes, Suriname is one of the top Caribbean with COVID, almost 3,500 infected and more than 1,000 active case and 60 deaths so far. So, you know, government have to take precaution. They have to do what they have to do to reduce the spread of COVID.
And while you say that, Shanaz, I would also like to say that as a human being, as a citizen for any country, we have a responsibility to help too, to help this
our community, our household.
Spread, yes.
You know, as individuals, when we get home, and I was telling my friend, since I started working in the healthcare field, I know to leave my shoes outside, to wash my hands, wash my face before you go and shake anybody's hand in the home. You know, or give them a good night kiss because, we work in that field. We're exposed to everything. Everybody's coming from the hospital. They're going to the hospital. They have different infections. So it's the best way to do is just nod or bounce,
Yeah.
So if you're not sure, remember, someone could look good, but that doesn't mean they don't have COVID. Their body might be fighting it differently. So our next topic tonight is the cases we have in Guyana.
And yes, Shanaz, as we talk about the case in Guyana, because of the COVID, a lot of Guyanese, they went on vacation.
They were stuck. A lot of folks were stuck. So how many folks actually took the plane back home?
There were 51 people that went to Guyana yesterday, from the Caribbean island. Also, we have some flight going from the United States on the 7th. I know there is one flight going to Guyana. So, yeah, a lot of people spend a lot of time out of Guyana because of this COVID. They get stuck in, and a lot of people went to Grenada and so on.
Well, my dad was visiting us since February. He was here visiting us, and he'll be going back this week on a flight to Guyana. So it's like bittersweet that, he will be going back to doing what he's used to doing. But I enjoyed his company here. We had so much fun memories, so much activities we did, all the cookouts. And, it's always good when you have your parents, make the most of them. And, sometimes we put our priorities aside. We don't know. We make excuse to not spend time with your loved ones, but you never know what tomorrow offers. So if you could spend some time with them today, show them love.
Yeah, and another thing that bothered me when I was reading Shanaz is a man punched a little girl, 10 years old, and he robbed her. I am kind of disgusted with this because, what kind of a man would go rob a 10-year-old girl?
Where is this? Where did this happen?
This is in Guyana. I saw it in it happened August the 20th in Guyana.
Well, on that note, I saw a video on Facebook, actually. I'm not on Facebook a lot, but I try to look at, something educational or read up what's happening around the world. And I saw a guy, an older guy, was beating up his wife or a female. And all the other women and the men are just standing by looking at this. I mean, who gave him the right to punch and kick a woman? I mean, you don't have brother or sisters to stand up for your defend. Where is society going with this? But then again, it's not in America. It's one of those third world countries where they feel like man is boss.
But, the other thing now, Shanaz, if you notice, one of the first things that when people see fights and so on now,
they try to grab their camera and video instead of calling the police, calling for help, even in school. And that's bullying because, instead of being a shared part that fight, call for help, they grab the camera, put it on social media, embarrass the folks more than it already is.
Absolutely. And you talk about that. I don't know if you have seen, there was and I'm sure certain people saw it on our inbox. There was a girl was on a bed, and this guy took out a picture of her face and her private parts, and it was like her private part was rotten, and it was terrible. It was not a good sight, especially if you're not accustomed seeing those kind of things.
It could be graphic. So guys, please educate your daughters and your son, mostly your daughters, not to send pictures, explosive pictures, because you never know where they can end up.
Yeah, and I think that this girl, she could not help it because I could see that she was like very sick and she was very weak and frail. So he
took advantage also
of that girl.
Well, we have the Bollywood guy in here, Mr. Bollywood. Anthony Prasad is locked on. Thank you, Mr. Bollywood. Hey, Stella Bacchus, how are you doing? Mr. Bollywood will be performing for Shanaz Musical Sensation September 19. Guys, live entertainment to you, dancing, singing, just to enlighten you guys. And yes, keep the COVID off your mind a little bit because remember, we have to take precautions, but we don't need it in our face 24/7. Things might never go back to being the same, but hey, maybe it's a good thing because it's a learning experience to learn to deal with this new norm.
That's right. You said right, the new norm.
The new norm. And less sometimes is more, less gathering, less social. Pray a little bit more. Look at our glass half full other than half empty all the time. Be a little appreciative to what we have called life.
Absolutely.
Most of us get up every day without giving thanks. Thank you, God, for waking me up this morning. Let's have an attitude for gratitude. John Named, good evening to you, the beautiful Kavita Ramkissoon. She's a wonderful cook, wonderful coffee maker indeed. Backline Rental, how you doing? That is Backline Rental. Good night to each and every one of you. And they're locked on from Trinidad. D. Chattis, good evening to you from Trinidad. The beautiful Zamina Saran, how you doing? Rishi Rambali, thank you very much. And Rishi said that it's true that Suriname is the top in coronavirus right now. We have the young DJ in the studio. He is ready for a song. Let's go. Every one of you on Island Zone Radio. Yours and mine's love story. Said that's a wicked man indeed to take advantage of a child. Rajan Narayan, how you doing? Good night to you. Good night to the beautiful Usha Azimola Indrani Gopal. How you doing? Thank you guys for joining us. Selecta Abid, John Namat. Good night. Good night. And no, not forgetting the beautiful Maureen Ramcharan. Good evening to each and every one of you. And yes, Rajan Narayan said this world has some wicked people.
That's right. And I see this name, Natasha Carrington. She's from one of the Caribbean islands. I think it's Antigua or somewhere there. I know that
Antigua.
name.
Good evening.
Yes.
Good evening to the beautiful Natasha Carrington. Usha Azimula, Auntie Nalini Naidu, how you're doing? Maureen Ramcharan. Hey, Mr. Hassan Yusuf, how you're doing? Stella Bacchus, good evening to you. If we missed your name, remember to comment again. We will definitely get it. But yes, we love each and every one of you. Leela, how you're doing? Good evening to you. Ben Woodstock, how you're doing?
That's a good name, Ben Woodstock. Anyway, I want to say good night, a special good night to Rajan Narayan, and thank you very much for the invite on Saturday.
And
Enjoy.
Let's read Mr. Ben Woodstock comments, seeing that you love his name so much.
I think I don't have it on my screen yet. Where is it? Okay, yes. It's very serious. I have 2 kids who are doctors. Third daughter who work in an ICU. Very good. And several other nieces and nephews, cousins, family members. Totally there. All went through 3,000 bodies in 2 months in New York City. It's traumatizing to see them on this day, and they see more to come. You know, Ben, you are correct. I was speaking to one. I used to work at a hospital, but I was talking to some nurses who work at a hospital, and they were seeing bodies all over the place. And they were even saying that as soon as they pull the blind, they will see somebody that's dead.
And the hospital couldn't keep up because they have nowhere to store these bodies.
Yeah, and you know what? It has to be very traumatic for nurses and for the doctors or the healthcare workers to find these people dead, to go in there and see so much people dying, because if you remember,
knowing
Shanaz,
that they did their best, because remember, this is first time this is happening, so it's new to everybody. The doctors, they don't have nothing to feel guilty about. The nurses, all the healthcare workers, it's something brand new. So you know what, trauma, you always need to speak to somebody, because most of the time, sometimes they feel like they're to be blamed.
Yeah, and you know what, to Ben, like Ben is saying, I had about 4 or 5 patients that I found dead in their room, all because of drug overdose. And now when my boss says, let's go look for this client because we haven't seen this patient, I scared now. I don't really want to go.
You don't know what to expect.
I do go. And because I'm the male nurse, and it's most time the female I'm going with, I have to open the door and go inside. But Lord, it's very traumatic sometimes because you don't know if you're going to see a dead body there.
That's right. So Ben, congratulations to you on upbringing your kids, and it's so awesome. If you could share something how to bring up good kids now in community or society, it's always good. And I love kids when they're just role model to others.
That's right. I'm so proud of Ben to say that too. It's good to talk about your kids. And I'm always proud when people grow their children up properly and give them the best tool.
When you give them education, you give them a gift that no one could take from them. John Ahmad, good evening to you. And Leela, how you're doing? Good evening to the beautiful Usha Azimola. Wisconsin is in the building. Trinidad and Tobago is in the building. Suriname, Florida. Sheila Mangar, how you doing? Beckline, good evening to you. Good evening to each and every one of you. Girly Prasad, how you doing? We seem to miss so many comments as we're strolling up and down. Natasha Carrington, how you doing from Antigua? That's right.
And you know something too? Oh, baby Zabar here. In fact, to be honest with you, Shanaz, even to win sometime, we don't see all the names that who comment. And sometimes you on, and I don't even see that you're on to say hello, Shanaz.
I always support you. I always listen. Whether it's you can always go back on Island Zone and rewatch our program, or just listen to it if you're driving. You don't have to watch it the Facebook Live, but it's always good to check it out on Facebook. Chandra Singh, how you doing? John Nama, thank you. Bibi Zabar, how you doing? Good evening to each and every one of you. Remember, tomorrow will be a brighter day. Just keep hoping, keep praying, and leave your troubles behind. Sometimes it's easier said than done. That we all have trouble, something that's bothering us, but
that's right. Let's see it's minutes to 9, 4 minutes to 9. Let's see who else comment we have. When you come to New York, we're going to have another hangout. That's Rajin Narayan saying to someone.
Not forgetting Rajin Nimnat from the Sunshine State. Good evening, good evening. We love all our viewers out there. And believe me, we know most of you where you're locked on from. Maria Harris, how you're doing? The beautiful Girly Prasad in the Sunshine State. Where is Mr. Balkissoon? Good evening to Mr. Balkissoon. It says happy birthday to him. I believe I saw his wife's birthday the other day.
Yeah. Oh, Shanaz,
good evening, good evening.
I know Maria wants to send me a message, but my inbox is not working. So go ahead and text me, Maria. You got my number, 917-767-2248. Again, go ahead and text me what you want to say.
Good evening to each and every one of you. I hope you're having a successful, productive, optimistic Monday. It's almost coming to an end. I had a very trying Monday today, but hey, tomorrow will be a little bit better. And you know what? It's always good to look forward for some sunshine.
That's right. And when you come and see all the beautiful names in our chat box,
definitely change your mood, change your day. And you know what? If we can't uplift each other.
D is on from Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you very much for watching us. Let's see.
Check your WhatsApp. Good evening, good evening. We will definitely check that after. Natasha Carrington, good evening to you. We have DJ. Who's the DJ today? It's Young Stud. Let's go. Let's hear what the Young Stud have in store for you guys.
Yeah, Young Stud is good.
Hey, mere hum safar, ek zara intezar, sun sadaएं दे रही है मंजिल प्यार की ऐ मेरे सुन सदाएं दे रही है मंजिल प्यार की। अब है जुदाई का मौसम, दो पल का मेहमान, कैसे ना जाएगा अंधेरा, क्यों न थमेगा तूफान।
अब है जुदाई का मौसम, दो पल का मेहमान, कैसे ना जाएगा अंधेरा, क्यों न थमेगा तूफान। कैसे ना मिलेगी मंजिल प्यार की। है मेरे हमसफर एक जरा इंतजार, सुन सदाएं दे रही है मंजिल प्यार की। प्यार ने जहाँ पे रखा है झूम के कदम एक बार, वहीं से खुला है कोई रास्ता, वहीं से गिरी है दीवार।
प्यार ने जहाँ पे रखा है झूम के कदम एक बार, वहीं से खुला है कोई रास्ता, वहीं से गिरी है दीवार। रोके कब रुकी है मंजिल प्यार की। ऐ मेरे हमसफर एक जरा इंतजार, सुन सदाएं दे रही है मंजिल प्यार की।
Well, everyone seemed to enjoy the tune. Thank you to our young stud, our DJ, for playing that awesome tune. The beautiful girly Prasad. Suniti Prasad, how you're doing? Good evening to you. I have some comments and then Ken will take it over. Let's see who we're missing. It seems like everyone enjoyed that tune. So thank you, DJ Young Stud. Angela Ramstrong, good evening to you. Rishi Rambali, Natasha William, how you doing? World Boss Andy, that is from Guyana, locked on.
And that's Young Blood is Adit actually, who came here not too long ago. So it's Aditya that's playing the music
That's
tonight.
right. Wonderful tune. It's always good to, I'm so proud of these youngsters for loving our music.
Yeah. They can carry on our tradition.
That's right. And he looks like a doctor in the studio tonight. Hassan Yusuf, thank you very much. He's enjoying the tune. The beautiful Stella Bacchus, Maria Harris, Girly Prasad. We love all you guys for tuning in to us every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on Island Zone Radio. Well, it's so sad that, you always think of thieves and robbers. The Guyana Police Force is on the hunt for several persons who robbed a church in East Coast.
That's right. A church, Wesleyan Church, Nabakalis Village. And can you believe that they robbed 2 churches? That's really ridiculous.
Over $1 million of equipment. So, you know what? Yes, the police force should be looking for these individuals.
But Shanaz, why you go and thief in a church, a religious place?
Maybe they were under the influence.
You have no God inside of you?
It looks like only devil.
Yes, absolutely. Also, Rajendra Ryan, I have to tell you, you're very blessed and lucky to have all these ladies love you, and your sisters like Maria Harris and so on, Bibi Hack, and to just to name a few, they all love you very much, and just for you to know that, okay?
The beautiful Sunita Prashad, good evening to you from Hollywood, Florida. Hey, we're going to Hollywood, guys. Good evening to you, and we will definitely play a song to brighten up your Monday evening. Hey, Rajan Nimnad, good evening to you. Good night to all the Kanji girls, and that is the beautiful Angela Ramsar and Natasha Carrington. All these are always good. It brings back memories of yesteryear and a time when we were all probably in a better place.
That's right. I see Annie Arjun. She's locked on. Thank you very much.
Not forgetting Johar Arman from Bangladesh.
Oh, that's nice.
Good evening, good evening. Angela, thank you very much. And I hope you guys are sharing the link, sharing the love. Tonight we're talking about so many things that's happening around us, including COVID and where it's highest. And so far, John Nemeth shared that, Suriname.
They have 3,500
cases so far. So let's talk about the Queen. It's always good to be in the presence of the Queen. Who is our Queen?
That's right, Queen Elizabeth. But the Queen here now is Shanaz.
Queen Elizabeth too congratulate Dr. and President Irfan Ali on
becoming the president of Guyana, and she wants to work with him.
She look forward in working with him.
And to build a closer relationship, between the two countries, which is an excellent idea. And so I'm so glad that this guy, the president of Guyana, is getting so much help from different countries. He's
recognition,
getting money.
Hard work always pays off, and he's been doing hard work even before he got into office. Hey, Anna May, how you doing? Johar Arman, good evening to you. It's good morning in Bangladesh. Well, it's evening here, so good morning to you. I hope your morning is bright.
That's right. Shivani Williams, thank you very much. Richard Ramlal, thank you for tuning in. Bridge Mohan, thank you very much. Sukraj, thank you for locking in. Joe here, Arman, thank you for watching. Again, Maureen, thank you very much for watching our show. We love that you're supporting us week after week, and you and so many others have been watching us from day one. You've tuned into Shanaz and myself on Island Zone Radio. Omel Prasad, thank you very much for watching us.
Yes, guys. So it's always amazing to have you guys and to be in your presence every Monday. Mark your calendar. September 19 will be our live studio performance. All the artists will be coming down. And hey, when last you see Devendra Puran, ding, 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 he will be live in the SMS studio. So guys, laborer jumps over a boss's fence and...
You know what? He died. And this is such a sad story, Shanaz.
So this is a guy who's been working for his boss.
Right. And he went into work, and his boss, he was not feeling well. And he told his boss that, he is not feeling well. And his boss says, you know what, go home. And there's so much to the story that I'm thinking about. And he now, rather than he to go through the gate, he jumped over a 6-foot fence. And he died there. So
why he didn't use the gate?
Exactly. So one has to wonder. I don't want to make speculations. Is there any
more to come? If you guys know something, just comment. We will read your comment. Big up to all the Kanji folks. Big up to Burbishan, all the Barbies folks locked on. And hey, Natasha William, good evening to you. And Trani, good evening to Trani Lal in Parika. I do have some family in Parika. Good evening to each and every one of you. Richard Ramlal, how are you doing? Raj Narayan, good evening to you. We love being here every Monday to read your comments, read your feedback. If something is happening in your community, please comment so we could be aware also of what's happening.
Absolutely, absolutely. Also, Shanaz, this is a strange story. A woman found alive at a Detroit funeral home after she was declared dead in Michigan.
That's not the first time. I've seen that before.
Yes, but you know what's strange? This girl probably don't know how blessed she is because as a nurse, I used to work at a telemetry, a cardiac unit. And when a patient dies, what we do as nurses is we go, we make sure that the person is not breathing, the heart is not working, and we get a strip and we paste it in the patient's chart. And that's an evidence to know that they die. And so this is what probably happened to this girl. But she's lucky to wake up.
That's awesome. That's you giving a second life, I should say. So let's take advantage of that. Lalita Siram, good night to you. How you're doing? Hey, Nadira Ricks, how you're doing? Thank you guys for joining us. We want to wish you a happy Monday and a prosperous week ahead. Remember to set some goals, read a book, go for a walk. There's so much we could do to deal with COVID because it's serious, as we all know.
Absolutely.
How do you deal with COVID, Ken?
Well, now,
I mean, we go out to work. We know it's out there. We try not to bring it home or, catch it ourselves.
well, and talking about that, Shanaz, how I deal with it is that I try to practice all the things that I've learned over the couple of months. When I go to work, I don't stay too close to the patients, and I try to wear my mask anytime anyone of them have to come close to me.
Social distancing. We were talking to another patient today, and our nurse was kind of close to, she was assessing the patient to see whether we need to send him to the hospital or not. So I had to tap her on the shoulder to step back a little bit. Also, we have a brand new software program we'll be using, so I need to take everybody pictures for the computer. So I was keeping my distance. At the same time, I was explaining I need to take your picture, but maintain social distance is so important. And speaking of COVID, I believe John Nemeth want to talk about his cherry. Actually, Mr. Rajan Narayan want to talk about cherry. You know what happened? A lot of trees were suffering because, remember, they were spraying the air for COVID. It was in the air, so a lot of cherries died.
Wow, such a sad story. So you lost a lot of things.
If your garden is not doing as well as it used to, it's because there was a lot of chemical in the sky and, everything they were treating. So
wow. And then I know that you lost a lot of stuff too, right?
That's right. My entire cherry tree was, all the cherries was rotten. But,
Is the tree still alive?
The tree is alive, yeah.
All right, so next year, better luck for you.
Better luck, that's right.
And I'll get some cherry to make some cherry drink too.
I have cherries will be blooming. Grapes should be blooming in October. My apples, I lost all of them. But you know what? We are here. We are kicking. We are thankful for life.
Absolutely. And as you said, this life is a one-shot deal and we should enjoy it really,
Good evening to each and every one of you. Angela Ramsran, how are you doing? Rajan, thank you very much. Good evening to each and every one of you. If you missed your name, please feel free to comment again, and we will definitely get it out there.
I see John made a comment and says, I'm lucky that, in a sense that I wouldn't probably get it back again. And that goes to show that it's strange because a Hong Kong man, for the first time, got the coronavirus for the second time. He's 33 years old and he is in Hong Kong. So this is a sad story that you could get this back again just within a couple months.
That's right, because remember, your immune systems, if you don't keep feeding it good vitamins, good food, you kind of deteriorate. You let your body down, and you could always take your vitamins, build up your immune system. Last night I was feeling a little bit of a feverish, and I got up and I took 2 packs of vitamin C because, they're 1,000 milligram, and that will boost it up. That will get rid of the flu, fever, anything,
Yeah, and the first time that the patient had this, he was coughing, sore throat, fever, headache for 3 days. According to the study, he tested positive for COVID-19 on March 26th. Then during the second episode, the patient was returning to Hong Kong from traveling from Spain and the United Kingdom, and he tested positive during his entry at Hong Kong airport. The entry.
So it's a myth when they say you can't get it again.
So yes, you can get it again. The only good thing about this young man is that he did not have any signs and symptoms during the second episode of the coronavirus.
Which means his immune system was probably better. It was fighting for him a little bit better.
Absolutely.
And you know what? We all need to build up our immune system. Eat a lot of leafy greens, a lot of fruits and vegetables. Go for some walk because you know what? We're all accumulating a little bit of a fat. You call it the COVID weight, right?
Yeah.
Everyone is gaining a little bit of weight. It's normal because stress, you eat a lot. If you're I'm sure everyone is under a little bit of a stress right now.
Yes, a lot of people are.
You're not having so much movement as we would love to walk around. Put your mask on, go around the block, go for 2 blocks, go to the park, and don't talk to anyone if you don't have to. So go for walks. Walks are good.
I see Troublemaker is in the box. Angela Ramsaran.
Good evening, good evening.
What's she saying? She says, "Gosh, I'm glad I still have my cherry to this day."
Zamina Saran will be rocking this Thursday. This Thursday is the Dancing Thursday. As I say, dancing is the best exercise. Laughter is the best medicine. And we have Young Stud here to play a beautiful song for you guys. So let's go. Young Blood, Young Stud.
In our wedding, and you run away with the Dulahen. Marquissoon is a real sweet man. He does take away other man, woman. Marquissoon full of tune in our wedding, and you run away.
The beautiful Natasha Ram, good evening to you. She said we have 12 cases in Essequibo Coast right now. And yes, protect yourself. What we could do, wash our hands with our face mask.
In a wedding, and he run away with the Dulahen. Marquissoon full of tune in a wedding, and he run away with the Dulahen. Marquissoon is a real sweet man. He does take away other man, woman. Marquissoon full of tune in a wedding, and he run away with the Dulahen.
Spread Paul Crew. That's right, Balkasoon is a very wicked guy, so don't get him around your wife. He does run away with a lot of women. Your wife. Linda Thomas, good evening to you.
Balkasoon run away with his wife. Now the man have him running for his life. He's a man you cannot trust at all. He does run away with other people, girl. So if you see Balkasoon, please tell him. Try and bring back the man Dulahen. Balkasoon full of tune in a wedding, and he run away with the Dulahen. Balkasoon full of tune in a wedding, and he run away with the Dulahen. Balkasoon, you looking for the Balkasoon? Dulahan looking for Balkasoon. Balkasoon come and start tune. It had a pastor down in La Brea. Balkasoon went in the man church to pray, but the pastor like he didn't realize. Balkasoon had the eyes on the wife, and before the pastor pull a song, Balkasoon take the man wife and gone. Balkasoon pull a tune in a wedding, and he run away with the Dulahen. Balkasoon full of tune in a wedding, and he run away with the Dulahen. Balkasoon went in a present ceremony, and the Baba was telling a story, but the man like he had the own plan. Balkasoon had wicked intention. Can you hear all the people at the ball? He gone with the Baba wife and all. Balkasoon full of tune in a wedding, and he run away with the Dulahen. Balkasoon full of tune in a wedding, and he run away with the Dulahen. Balkasoon is a real sweet man. He does take away other man, woman. Balkasoon full of tune in a wedding, and he run away with the Dulahen. Balkasoon full of tune in a wedding, and he run away with the Dulahen. And he run away with the Dulahen. And he run away with the Dulahen. And he run away with the Dulahen.
Balkasoon is indeed a very bad guy. So big up to Mr. Omardath Maraj, a wonderful friend indeed. Spread Paul Crew. Hey Zina Khan, how you doing? John Emmett said gyms are closed since mid-March, and we still have a curfew of 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. and still locked down in Suriname. So yes, we have to abide by the rules. I mean, in that term, the government are really not giving you an option to go out and exercise, go for walks, because walking is good, whether you go to the park, walking is good. So take advantage of the time you have. I mean, it's what's best for the country.
But you know, Shanaz, despite you can't go out and walk, when I was sick, I was walking in my house from the kitchen
Around
to
the yard.
door. Yeah.
Well, what about folks who live in an apartment building? You could walk up and down the stairs, probably
Exactly. So,
take the
yes,
elevators,
yes.
the hallways. You know, there's always a way when you look at it. Maureen Ramchon, good evening to you. Howdy, Mr. Robert Romp. Good evening. Good evening. War Boss Andy at Aditya Kedarnauth. Good evening to each and every one of you. Locked on from there or far. The chat has said COVID case in Trinidad and Tobago is skyrocketing. On July 24th was only 142 cases. Today, on August 24th, is 1,000, almost
99.
1,100 and 15
so
deaths so far. Wow. Well, it seems like the cases are high, but they're probably doing something right. They're treating them, or it's probably young folks who are recovering. But the point is to protect yourself so you don't have this virus, because I believe it take a toll on your body. You know,
Yes.
whether you're get stuck in bed, it takes a toll. The beautiful Dora Raghunandan, Rajan Narayan, good evening to you. Go ahead.
Also, Shanaz, we know that this thing is serious. So, a couple things you can help prevent from getting this. Wear your mask. Practice, as you said earlier, practice social distancing. And you know what? This is going to pass. But we have as member of our society, we have a big responsibility is to take this thing away. Just relax for a little bit. We're not going to die.
We're
that.
not.
And we know that if you get diagnosed with this, make sure you do stuff. Don't lie in the bed and think that you're going to get better. You're not going to get better. You need to get up and move around a little bit and drink a lot of water, a lot of fluids.
You need to be hydrated and active at the same time. Drink warm liquid, warm stuff, hot stuff if you can. A lot of vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc. Remember to take a vitamin that has zinc inside. Angela Armstrong, good evening to you. Robert Romp said walking is better than jogging. Well, yes, speed walking is good. And
Yes.
jogging is not for everybody. You have to have a good, healthy heart before you go jogging.
That's what I see. Angela says, Rajan, all the cherry jam gone. Guava one still here. So yes, and this COVID-19 thing, people are not really taking it seriously, Shanaz, especially people in Guyana and Trinidad and so on. I see there's so much people going around the parliament, building the courts and
But so far, I've been seeing
these
everyone
things.
is actually wearing face shield, face mask,
but not a lot
protecting
in
themselves.
Guyana when they go in and with this political stuff, they're not putting on their masks. And
Well, thank God that all the pharmacy have face masks now for sale. It's not limited anymore, so it's there. Protect yourself. Keep it in your pocket if you have to.
yeah, I have one in my car, one in my pocket.
I have
sometimes.
3 in my car just in case. So good evening to each and every one of you. Underground Sound is our top fan tonight. Thank you for sharing. And the beautiful Zamina, good evening, good evening. We love you, we love you. And my sister lived in Suriname. She said they have 3,500 cases. Thank you very much for sharing that, Zamina Saran.
That's right. Also, Shanaz, a sad story coming out of Guyana, where this young Guyanese guy who was living in Canada,
Right.
he went to Guyana on vacation with his grandfather, and was supposed to travel back to Canada, but because of the COVID-19, he was stuck in Guyana. And then they made sons. There was a man, a businessman, who owed them a lot of money. He arranged for this boy to get murdered in Guyana. So that's a really
You
sad
really
story.
can't trust anyone these days, especially going back home. You think you might trust your own family and friends, you may not. And this happened, I believe, in Berbice,
Yes.
Crowwood Creek.
69 village. 69 village in Berbice.
Okay. So guys, be careful when you're going back home, when you have business. And I'm sure it has to do a lot with family business. Is always business and land. They're fighting for house and land.
Well, this guy actually, from what I was hearing, is that the grandfather, this guy who arranged for him to get killed, owe his grandfather a lot of money, millions of dollars. I think it was $50 million. So he probably don't want to pay him, so he arranged for them to get killed. And he was going to arrange for the grandfather to get killed too, but the grandfather called police, and because he missing his grandson.
Okay, so it's supposed to be double target then.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
one of
absolutely.
them.
Can you believe that?
Wow.
For money.
I mean, you go in Guyana for a vacation, thinking you'll get all your transaction done, you'll have a good time, you'll come back here safe, but you never know. I mean, we have some evil folks out there.
Absolutely.
And it's never worth it to fight over land and any kind of materialistic thing. We all will die and leave it sometime. But folks don't think about that. You know, they will pull out a cutlass for $1.
Yeah, sad story.
So let's go with some beautiful song. Hey, Ryan Jeffrey, good evening to DJ Fest. How are you doing? Indira Pasar, good evening to you. Underground Sound. Rajan Narayan, good evening to you. I have about 50 masks in my taxi. And it's important that you give your passenger those masks to protect yourself. Also, John Namad, good evening, good evening. Let's rock, let's roll on Island Zone Radio. Big up to all the wonderful DJs. We have 24/7 busting some tunes for you guys. DJ Youngstud.
Let me see your wine. Let me see your wine.
Linda Thomas.
Let me see your wine. Let me see your wine. Rock it back and cock it back and shake up your behind. Hey!
Come on, guys.
Let me see your wine, girl. Let me see.
Come on, DJ Fest.
Let me see your wine, girl. Let me see your wine. Rock it back and cock it back and shake up your behind. Rock it back and cock it back and shake up your behind. Let me see your wine, girl. Let me see your wine. Let me see your wine, girl. Let me see your wine. Rock it back and cock it back and shake up your behind. Rock it back and cock it back and shake up your behind. Hey! You're moving like a tornado from side to side. You're moving like a tornado from side to side. You have all them young boy with their mouth open wide. You have all them young boy with their mouth open wide. Rock it back and cock it back and shake up your behind. Rock it back and cock it back and shake up your behind. Let me see your wine, girl. Let me see your wine. Let me see your wine, girl. Let me see your wine. Rock it back and cock it back and shake up your behind. Rock it back and cock it back and shake up your behind. Hey! Omardath Maraj, start it now. Rock it,
Our peace leaders.
cock it, rock it, 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 cock it, cock it, cock it, cock it, cock it. Yeah! Let me see your wine, girl. Let me see your wine.
Beautiful painting done by Artist Pratt.
Let me see your wine. Rock it back and cock it back and shake up your behind. Rock it back and cock it back and shake up your behind. Let me see your wine, girl. Let me see your wine. Let me see your wine, girl. Let me see your wine. Rock it back and cock it back and shake up your behind.
Well, DJ Fest said one wine coming up. I wonder what kind of wine. Is it a fine wine, red wine, or white wine? They say red wine is good for your heart.
I want one girl from Trinidad and one girl from Guyana. One girl from Trinidad and one girl from Guyana. Get down on the ground and dance.
That's right, we're shaking it.
Get down on the ground, girl, and dance all around. Rock it back and cock it back and shake up your behind.
Well, the beautiful Dora Raghunandan have the move.
Behind.
Shelly
Let me see
Backer.
your wine, girl. Let me see your wine. Let me see your wine, girl.
Come on, guys, show us your move.
Rock it back and cock it back and shake up your behind. Rock it back and cock it back and shake up your behind. Rock it back and cock it back and shake up your behind.
Angelina Austin, good night, good night.
Back and shake up your behind. Hey!
The beautiful Maria Harris said Moscato, and I had Moscato yesterday. Dora Raghunandan, let's go. John Ahmad, good evening, good evening. And let's read John Ahmad's comment.
John says we don't own anything. Everything is borrowed. Your house,
Including
your car,
our life.
your jewelry, your money, even your wife, husband, or your kids.
Good evening to each and every one of you, and that comment was a lot. So
Yes, even when we die, we leave everything behind. Even your
Kangalang
your
is
behind
borrowed.
Kangalang is borrowed. So
let's shake your kangalang.
Let's
And
see
your
you one.
kangalang means your hips. So shake your hips. Dancing is the best exercise. And right now, putting on some music and dancing will definitely help. Good evening, good evening. Those are our leaders. Who are they?
That's the man, Chetty Jagan Man Mahatma Gandhi.
That's right, done by Artist Prax, and we love debuting our Guyanese, talent. So Artist Prax is from Guyana. So let's talk about water, Ken. I know every time we're together, you're always having a bottle of water.
That's right. And Shanaz always say, Ken, you always drinking water.
He
keep
would
water.
drink a case of water a day.
I drink a lot of water a day. And
Hydration is important. It's good to drink water.
That's right. And I
The
know
best stuff on earth, they said.
Yes, and most of our body weight is water. You get most of your water from drinking beverages, but food also contributes to a small amount to your daily intake. It helps in your saliva. Water is a main component of saliva. Saliva also includes small amount of electrolytes, mucus, and enzymes. It's essential for break down solid food and keep your mouth healthy. Your body produce enough saliva with fluid-like intake. However, your saliva production may decrease as a result of age or certain medication or therapies. If your mouth is drier than usual and increasing your water intake isn't helping you, you need to go and see the doctor.
Well, water also helps boost your metabolism, and it's very good to improve your mood. So how can water improve your mood, you may ask? Not getting enough water can also affect your mood. Dehydration is a result of fatigue and confusion as well as anxiety.
That's right. It regulates.
So when you feel you're sad or you're moody, drink a glass of water.
And Shanaz, as we're talking about water, it is so important. A lot of people like to drink Pepsi and soda,
which is
and
not good for
juice.
you, but water is good for you. And I must say, on dialysis patient, we encourage everyone to drink water, but dialysis patient, there's a restriction on fluid. It goes for soup and any kind of liquid. You have to drink 6 ounces, so be careful of your diet.
That's right. And I can add to what you talk about dialysis. When you're a dialysis patient, you have to be very careful of how much fluid intake you take for the day.
You have to manage that because you
right.
become, overweight and over control with the fluid is going to cause shortness of breath, which will lead you to the emergency room. Maureen Ramcharan, good evening to you. Maria Harris, Chandra Law, good evening. And we have the beautiful Charmati Raghunandan, good evening to you.
Also, Shanaz, it regulates your body temperature. Staying hydrated is crucial to maintaining your body temperature. Your body loses water through sweat during physical activities and in hot environment. Your sweat keeps your body cool, but your body temperature will rise if you don't replenish the water you lose. And that could lead to dehydration, as you know. That's because your body loses electrolytes and plasma when it's dehydrated.
That's right. It prevents overall dehydration. Dehydration is a result of your body not having enough water. And because of the water, it's so important that we hydrate ourselves, drinking a lot of fluid. I know they said water don't have taste, but it's really good for you. It's natural. It doesn't have any sugar. You could always add flavor to it, but it's good.
Yeah, and I'm glad you bring that up, Shanaz. But I really don't like a lot of
add
water.
Add a lemon
sometimes.
to your water. Add a
That's
slice
right.
of lemon to your water. Or maybe a strawberry. Berry water is good also.
You want me to show you what I did for my water tomorrow? I'm going to ask one of them to bring my bottle that I have. One of you guys could bring the water with the pine inside.
Aha.
So what I do, because I don't like water.
Plain water.
Like today, what I did, Shanaz, and I did it last week, and I like how it tastes. I get a bottle of water, put my water together. I also add a little bit honey, not a lot. And I put, the pine, piece of the pine skin and the inside of the pine, the hard stuff.
He's infusing his water. He's infusing his water.
Look what I did. And guess what? I'm going to soak this overnight, and I'm going to drink it tomorrow to get some of the health benefits of the pine. As you can see, most of it the inside, and then I've added some skin inside. So this is what I'm going to drink tomorrow.
You could add any fruits to it. And I know, Ken, you said watermelon is very good. So for the guys out there who don't love fruits, the benefits of watermelons are essential.
That's right.
So you could add some watermelon to your water. Tell them some of the benefits.
And also, Shanaz, what I heard too with the watermelon and fruits, that if you're a guy like to go downstairs and you know what I mean, if they eat watermelon or anything, your husband will taste what you eat.
Wow, flavorful indeed. What can we say?
Flavor.
It prevents overall dehydration. And severe hydration can result in a number of severe complications, which includes swelling in your brain. Who knew, right?
Exactly,
swelling in your brain, kidney failure because your kidney don't have water, and seizure. So, those are all important things. Sometimes you want to know why you're suffering from these things, but a little hydration can make a difference. So drink enough water to make up for what you're losing through sweat and perspiration.
Absolutely, and that's why I encourage people to drink water, because you can become very dehydrated. And it's an easy way to find out too. When you go to the bathroom and you're peeing, look at the pee that's coming out of you.
The
Is
color
it
of it?
highly concentrated? Is it very yellow, or is it clear? And when you drink a lot of water, your urine should be quite clear. It shouldn't be dark or
But
very concentrated.
your first urine for the day, the morning urine might be a little bit yellow
It
than
might be
normal because
yes.
it's overnight. It stayed overnight. So be careful, and it's always good to observe. You are the best observer when it comes to your body. You know your body more than anyone.
That's right. And your urine not really supposed to smelly, have a too bad stench anyway. If you're drinking enough water, it will be nice,
So what is the dosage for us to drink?
You know what? I think they said about 8 glasses, 5 to 8 glasses of water a day you drink. It also depends on what activity you're doing, because and how much water
Athletes
you have.
drink a lot because
Yes.
they need that hydration. They need to, put in for all the sweat and perspiration.
And then, Shanaz, I have the fridge right in my office now. So what I do, and all the time I'm drinking water,
Not forgetting bowel movement. So if you go to the bathroom more than usual, you need to keep drinking that water. Hydration. Lemon water is very good also. Put some orange, some apples, some cherries, berries in your water if you don't like drinking plain water, but it's the healthiest way. And not forgetting, it brightens your skin. Adequate water intake help your skin to stay hydrated and plump and bright. So, when we look dull, we all need to drink a little bit water. However, water intake doesn't do enough to reduce the effect of aging, so take care of your skin dearly. This process also contains genes and overall sun protection. So now it's, the sunny season.
That's right.
Wear sunscreen, wear lotion, protect your skin. Your health is your wealth. We want to make the best of our days looking the best.
I see by John from Queens, so we should shout out to John.
Good evening to the famous John from Queens, our #1 West Indian YouTuber.
That's right. I have to interview him one day, probably sometime early.
Exclusive interview.
Yes.
Tell all. It'll be a tell all story. Good evening to the beautiful Razia, Hussein, Maria Harris. Good evening to Shelly Backus, Chandra Lal, John Namet, Maria Harris, my beautiful mom, Bibi Muhammad, who's always locked on, but she don't really comment that much because she don't love the attention. Nitram Sukmangal, good evening to you. How you're doing? Good evening to each and every one of you who's locking on every Monday, week after week, sharing. And I know we have so much more friends who love sharing. We have some folks who comment non-stop. They will comment, but they're not the one who's sharing. The one who's quietly sitting there are the ones who are more,
So we want you guys to share for us. Usha Azimola, thank you very much for tuning in. We got Brent Ramlagan, thank you very much for tuning in. Sita, thank you very much. Sita Sarju, thank you. Radhika Ragnar, thank you very much. And always good to have Angela. Angela always spices things up when she's on with us.
The beautiful Razi Hussein said she loved natural room temperature water. And Maria Harris said you could add cucumber and ginger. You could also add lemon to your water. And those three might be a really good combination. Cucumber, ginger, and lemon.
That's right. Bertie Ramcharan, thank you very much for tuning in. Rose, thank you very much. Elmira, thank you very much for watching. John said namaste to everybody. So thank you very much, guys.
And John would recommend drinking a lot of water. He's a very good drinker.
He liked to drink beer too. We have Karen Semple, Raul Andre Hamilton, thank you very much for watching our show. Chrissy Singh, thank you very much. Eva, thank you for watching our show.
Rajan Narayan said 1 gallon of water per day, guys. So he highly recommend you drink 1 gallon of water.
Also, we're going to talk. Tina Balkisoon, thank you very much for watching. Shanaz, when we talk, also it's not good to drink too much water too, because what happens when you drink a lot of water, you can pass the amount of water you drink, you're going to pee it out anyway. And so you don't want to let
flushing
your electrolytes out, like your potassium and so on. So be very careful. If you're drinking a lot of water, also make sure you eat a banana so you can replace those potassium.
And avocado is full of potassium. Who knew?
Yes.
And good evening to the famous John from Queens. Bertie Ramchan, how you doing? John, thank you very much. And that's right. Recommend those depends on your physical activity.
He is right.
Good evening to each and every one of you. Thank you for joining us on Island Zone Radio. Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken airs every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. I see the Young Stud. Our DJ tonight is Young Stud, and we love having DJs in the studio, especially when they love the music you love and when they feel the vibration like you do. Natasha Williams, good evening to you.
And safe travel, Natasha.
She's heading down to
Was it Mazarin
River. Good luck.
In the morning. Good luck.
Hey, Hanuman, good evening to you. And Heman Prasad, how you doing? Watching us from New York, Queens. Good evening to you. Our studio is also in New York, Queens. Good evening to you folks around the world. You're watching us from Trinidad, Canada, Florida, and not forgetting Minnesota.
That's right. You said too much water can water intoxication.
Nitram Sukmangal, the beautiful Radhika, how you doing? Good evening. Let's go to a beautiful song selected by Young Stud. And
Good night to Miss Radhika Jaikarandripal. She just came back from Nevada, so I'm asking her how was her trip and how much is the cost to go to Nevada. So probably we all can go to Nevada for a weekend.
That's right. I love to travel, and this weekend, actually next weekend, we'll be going up to the beautiful Lake George, maybe.
Oh, really?
That's right. Cabin style.
Oh,
Let's
really?
go. DJ Young Stud.
Just walk into my life, kahe deewanapan. Just walk into my life, kahe deewanapan. Tenu dil vich rakh lu, jaane man. Tenu dil vich rakh lu, jaane man. Tenu dil vich rakh lu, jaane man.
Don't break my heart. Don't leave my side.
छोड़ो ना तुमसे है कई उम्मीदें. Just walk into my life, कहे ये पागलपन. तैनू दिल विच रख लूं जाने मन. तैनू दिल विच रख लूं जाने मन. तुमसे कोई प्यारा प्यारा देखा नहीं यारा यारा. तुम ही हो मेरा सहारा. Just walk into my life, कहे मेरी धड़कन. तैनू दिल विच रख लूं जाने मन. तैनू दिल विच रख लूं जाने मन.
Just walk into my life, you'll awake all the craziness. That's what he's saying. You'll awake all the craziness
I
in
thought
him.
you're talking about you.
Well, that's what happens when someone walks into my life every day.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
It's always good. Love is a good thing. Good evening to Chandra Lal, Usha Azimullah.
प्यार दो तुम पे ये जंग वार दो तुम करो जरा इशारा. Just walk into my life, कहे अपना बंधन. तैनू दिल विच रख लो जाने मन. तैनू दिल विच रख लो जाने मन. तैनू दिल विच
we'll be waiting for the subtitle from Mr. John Nimat, seeing that he knows Hindi very well. And good evening, good evening. Maureen Ramchan, thank you, Radhika, how you're doing, and I hope your trip was good. Nitram Sukmangal, Sandy Ramlal, Rajan Narayan, good evening to you. And Rajan Narayan, he said Las Vegas sounds good. So how many of you are ready for a trip to Las Vegas, Nevada?
That's right. And we have Narvin Narayan. Thank you very much for watching.
Leave. Good evening,
Raf.
good evening. And Mr. John Emmett, no, Lake Placid is very dangerous. Lake Placid is full of alligators. So
Oh, really?
yeah.
I don't think so.
You see the movie Lake Placid?
No. It's good to have Roger Adam on. Thank you very much for watching our show, Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken.
And the beautiful Maria Harris said, Las Vegas flight is almost 6.5 hours. I would rather go to Guyana. Guyana is 5 hours.
I remember flying to California, and I think I passed over Arizona, Las Vegas. Also, Christine Ann, thank you very much for watching. Tessa Vanessa Chapman, thank you very much. A lot of new names tonight, and we welcome you guys and
The
hope
famous-
you continue to watch us.
The famous John from Queens just locked on, and he's already our sharer. He's always a very good friend, very good supporter of Shanaz Musical Sensation. Check out all my program and the Ken Ramprasad Show on the famous John from Queens YouTube channel. And you will be amazed at all the airplane videos and the shout-outs and the vlogs he's getting from celebrities around the world.
Yes, yes. I see we have Shaw on. Thank you very much, Shaw, for watching our show. And Michael Nalini Naidu, so much love we getting from her. Thank you very much.
The beautiful Maureen Ramcharan says she went to Vegas already. John Ahmed, good evening to you. Sheila Mangar, how you're doing? And yes, we're waiting for those subtitles from that song. Mr. Robert Ramp is also very fluent in Hindi. So guys, write the subtitle. Love is always in the air. Our love for each and every one of you every Monday on Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken.
Anne-Marie Thomas, thank you very much for watching Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. Let's see, we have Lenora Bola. Thank you for watching us.
Natasha Williams, Rajan Narayan, good evening, good evening.
Zuleika Hussein, thank you very much.
Leaf Ruff is locked on from Guyana. The beautiful Christine Ann, good evening to you.
Well, welcome, Christine Ann. She said this is the first time. We welcome you. We love you. And please join us next week again. And you can also share our program.
Thank you, thank you. Chit Chat airs every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. right here on Island Zone Radio. We have a variety of DJs who are always on playing their favorite tunes for you. We have Bollywood, we have soca, we have chutney, we have the mix-up session. So you never know what you'll be listening to. Keep it locked on www.islandzoneradio.com and Facebook.
That's right. Vishnu Anasi, thank you very much for watching. Kirk Cummings, thank you very much. It's good to see so much new names. Rolf Ali, thank you very much for watching us. Haman Prasad, thank you very much. I'd like to say good night to my family and friends in Guyana. Yes, we are saying hello to all your family too, and let them watch up. Ask them to watch our show.
Mr. Haman Prasad, thank you very much. And yes, we'll be visiting Suriname in our next visit. Rajan Narayan, thank you very much. We have a lot of things in store for Guyana and Suriname pretty soon. Good evening to each and every one of you. We're planning a very eventful trip. Our next visit to Guyana, visit all the schools and the hospitals. So if you guys want to get on board, we will let you know and we could make it a group effort.
Paul Ratness and Pami Arjun, thanks for watching us.
Thank you, Christina. You are welcome. Maria Harris, she said, I remember the boat background. And yes, that incident actually happened in Molson Creek, the one you were talking about earlier. So
Yes.
Molson Creek, that's right. So, Leaf, good evening to you. And he's locked on from Suriname. Razia Hussein, good evening, good evening. She said, my Vegas trip, I lost a lot of money. No, gambling is not good. Give us your money instead.
That's right. Roy Puran, good night.
The beautiful Fiona Stewart from Guyana, how you're doing? And remember, Guy, we take donations, monetary donations. We have a lot of things going out to Guyana, lots of computers and, medical supplies. So if you have something, call us. We'll be happy to pick it up and be in your residence also.
That's right. That's right. It's always good to have you guys tune in. We see Steve Roberts and Sita Ragnar, thank you very much for watching us. Alicia, thank you very much for watching us.
Well, this young stud is quite amazing, and I'm always wondering what he has up his sleeve. So let's go with another beautiful tune to Hey, make your Monday night a little bit brighter. We have Young Stud. Maureen Ramchan, good evening to you. And they got killed in Crabwood Creek. That's right. We were reading that earlier. Pravina Devi, how you're doing? Leaf Ruff, good evening, good evening. Happy Monday, as Monday is coming to an end already.
That's right. And this is the first time Young Stud is playing for us.
That's
so he should have some
right.
speed.
Yes, he's have speed and he have stamina and he have some good tunes.
Yes.
So let's go.
दिल मेरे ना और इंतजार कर, दिल मेरे ना और इंतजार कर, दिल मेरे ना और इंतजार कर। इश्क है तो इश्क का इजहार कर, इश्क है तो इश्क का इजहार कर।
दिल मेरे ना और इंतजार कर, दिल मेरे ना और इंतजार कर। इश्क है तो इश्क का इजहार कर, इश्क है तो इश्क का इजहार कर।
I love you like crazy, I want you like crazy।
Please feel free to comment the meaning of this beautiful song. Everyone is in love and love is a good thing.
किसी और की न होने दूं मैं, मेरी जिंदगानी है तू, जिसे रात दिन मैं पढ़ता रहा, मेरी वो कहानी है तू।
मैंने तेरी बातों पे यकीन कर लिया, बाहों की पनाहों में तुझे भर लिया। आजा जा कहती है मुझ पे जान सार कर। इश्क है तो इश्क का इजहार कर, इश्क है तो इश्क का इजहार कर।
I love you like crazy, I want you like crazy।
Special dedication going out to my beautiful mom, Bibi Muhammad. There is no better love than your mother's love.
दीवानों से भी दीवाना है तू, तेरी जिद से हारी हूँ मैं। मेरे साथिया
रखूं मैं तो तुझे पलकों में छुपा के रखूं आजा महबूबा तू मेरा एतबार कर इश्क है तो इश्क का इजहार कर इश्क है तो इश्क का इजहार कर
I love you like crazy. I want you like crazy.
I love you like crazy I want you like crazy
Love and more love for yourself and your loving parents. Remember, parents' love is very important. You give love, you get love. And remember to share love around your kids, because if you don't grow up your kids with love and affection, they wouldn't know how to hug someone or, say I love you. And it's always great to express yourself. The beautiful Razia Hussein said, her mom is her rock 24/7. My mom is my rock too. John Ahmad, good evening to you. Rajan Narayan, how you doing? Maria Harris, Angela Ramsaran, Anna May, love. And that is our DJ Young Stud. He's a stud indeed.
He's coming up. Also, Bharat Jasmine Mizir say she liked the song you're playing.
Lots of love for Young Stud, our DJ tonight. And yes, we'll have Selecta Bolt back on Thursday, our dance session, because dancing is the best exercise. So good evening to each and every one of you. Thank you for joining us. Mr. John Nemeth, feel free to write the subtitles and the meaning of that song in the chat box so everyone could know the meaning, because it's always beautiful.
And Kavita Bihari, thank you for watching. And Chandralal says DJ is doing a phenomenal job entertaining all of us with his beautiful selections of songs.
Christine Ann said, the love of God and a mother love is 100% and it's always pure. So that's right. Love your parents while they are here and make the most of them. Do a lot of things together, because when they're not here, you will be sorry.
That's right. Jokan, good night and thanks for watching us.
And are you guys ready for the DJ again? I know he have a treat. We want to brighten your Monday. Let's go.
Since they're enjoying.
That's right. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Kill me softly.
हो गया किसी का अब रास्ता मिल गया खुशी का आँखों में है ख्वाब सा किसी का अब रास्ता मिल गया खुशी का रिश्ता नया रब्बा दिल छू रहा है खींचे मुझे कोई डोर तेरी ओर तेरी ओर तेरी ओर तेरी ओर हाय रब्बा तेरी ओर तेरी ओर
Closer and closer to you, my love.
तेरी ओर तेरी ओर तेरी ओर हाय रब्बा तेरी ओर तेरी ओर तेरी
Savitri Chan, good evening to you. Sorry for your loss, Maureen Ramcharan.
खुलती घटाएं सर पे नया है आसमां चारों दिशाएं हंस के बुलाएं क्यों सब हुए हैं मेहरबान
हमें तो यही रब्बा कसम से पता है दिल पे
Well, I'm sure DJ Fest mom is pretty cool. She is an awesome mom, indeed an awesome friend. Roy, good evening to you. Closer and closer to you, my love. It's always good to share some love. And you never know who will need love. So love is free. Give it away freely.
That's right, that's right. We see Debbie Sanyasi, thank you very much for watching us. Jayo Narayan, thank you very much. Roy, Elsa Hackett, thank you very much for watching our show.
Philip Suku, good evening to you.
Elsie Ajoda, thank you very much for watching.
And all the wonderful DJs we have here on Island Zone Radio. It's so many names that you guys have to check it out on Island Zone Facebook page. Add the page, follow us on Instagram, WhatsApp, anything there is, social media. We are there. Our DJs are standing by to play some amazing music for you from around the world.
Pulo Lalbachan, thank you very much for watching us. And that's right, Lily Mangra, thank you very much for watching. To my good friend Savitri Chan, thanks for watching. Sherry Tejram and Hassan Farouk, thank you very much for watching us.
Good evening to Usha. Thank you very much. Ryan Jeffrey. Usha, thank you. She said she missed her angel. Savitri Chan, good evening to you. My deepest sympathy to my friend Dimple, whose son was only 21 years old and killed himself. Sorry for your loss.
Sorry to hear that.
Chandra Lal, good evening to you. It's always a pleasure. Thank you for joining us every Monday. Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. We love listening to you guys. Write to us on the Messenger app, and we will definitely give back.
We want to say hello to Naz Ali and Rini Sugdeo. Thanks for watching us. Kamini Rampat, Barbara Mac Almond, thank you for watching us. My sister watching from Canada, Anita Ishri, Daulat Ram, Gayatri, Harry Paul, thank you for watching us. And you know, sometimes, guys, I see Joni Benjamin, Christine, and Ramesh Prasad, thank you for watching us. Anna May, especially hello to Anna May. She is from Pennsylvania. Lalita Roberts and Anita Aziz. And a lot of times we don't see some of the names of the people who's watching us.
That's right. I'm not sure how it happens. Maybe they're watching us from a special group. But if you guys would like to, if we don't miss your names, comment on the Island Zone chat box. Get on the Island Zone page itself, or Kenneth's page, or myself, Shanaz Hussain, and we could see your comments there. Most of the time, I feel we're missing the messages from the groups. So we apologize for that. Good night to Lalita Roberts. Good evening to each and every one of you. Debbie Sanasi, how you doing? Chandralal, good evening to you. Yes, that's right. She said beautiful selection.
Oh, look who come on now.
That is Young Stud. My goodness, Ken, you were just talking.
Old Stud on now.
That's right. Ken was just talking about the old stud, and here he is, Mr. Warrior.
Yes, he's on Apache Warrior. Well, you know what? He's a good guy. And
he's a good stud.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Oh, Lord, let me hear. What if his wife is watching us? She could... Let's not put him in trouble. Because last week she wanted to beat him.
Sandra Sugdale, good evening to you. Good evening to everyone locked on to Island Zone Radio, a station for the nation, I must say. DJ, let's go. Oh my God, I think this DJ stole my playlist. Special dedication to Navin R. DJ Fess is in the building.
मैं ज़र्द सितारा
Debbie Sanasi, our top fan tonight. John
Gayatri,
from Queens,
Harry
our
Paul.
sharer.
Both of us came on same time. But Harry Paul, Harry Paul, thank you for watching us.
The beautiful Sonia Chandani will be performing again live in the studio September 19th.
O karam khudaya hai.
Let's dedicate this to all you beautiful ladies and gentlemen that's watching our program.
Tujh pe mar ke hi to mujhe jeena aaya hai. O tere sang yaara kush rang bahara tu raat diwani main zard sitara. O tere sang yaara kush rang bahara main tera ho jaun jo tu kar de ishara. किसी भी गली में जाऊं मैं, तेरी खुशबू से टकराऊं मैं, हर रात जो आता है मुझे वो ख्वाब तू, तेरा मेरा मिलना दस्तूर है, तेरे होने से मुझ में नूर है, मैं हूँ सोना सा एक आसमां महताब तू, ओ करम खुदाया है तुझे मैंने जो पाया है, तुझ पे मर के ही तो मुझे जीना आया है, ओ तेरे संग यारा खुश रंग बहारा, तू रात दीवानी मैं जर्द सितारा, ओ तेरे संग यारा खुश रंग बहारा, तेरे बिन अब तो
Ryan Jeffrey is a shearer. Razi Hussain is a shearer. Lalita Siram. The beautiful Sandra Sugdale.
छोड़े हैं बाकी सारे रास्ते, बस आया हूँ तेरे पास रे, मेरी आंखों में तेरा नाम है पहचान ले, सब कुछ मेरे लिए तेरे बात है, 100 बातों की एक बात है, मैं ना जाऊंगा कभी तुझे छोड़ के ये जान ले, ओ करम खुदाया है तेरा प्यार जो
Love, love, and more love. Due to copyright, we cannot play the entire song. So good evening to each and every one of you. Zamina Saran, good evening to the beautiful Sonia Chandani. Maria Harris, good evening to you. Naz Ali is watching us from the beautiful Trinidad, and we will read her comment.
Naz Ali is extending her sympathy to her cousin in Winnipeg, Canada, on the loss of their father, Mr. Sharif, who passed away. So on behalf of Naz Ali, on behalf of all of us here in studio, Shanaz and myself, our DJ, and all our viewers, we would like to extend to you and your family our deepest sympathy. May God find him a resting place.
The famous John from Queens is a sharer. Zamina Saran, good evening to you. Our top fan, actually, is Maria Harris. Good evening, good evening. And Savitri Chan, good evening to you. Debbie Sanasi is our top fan as well. And the DJ is doing an awesome job indeed. And yes, we get carried away with time. Who knew? It's after 10 p.m.
That's right.
So guys, thank you for being in our presence. We love being in your company. And we love being here every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on Island Zone Radio. Share the link with your friends and your family. And I hope to see it on your Facebook wall. Island Zone Radio, a station for the nation. And we have DJ around the world. It's one radio station I could say. It's very versatile. And we are a team. All the DJs love changing, covering for others when they cannot work together. You know, we have a station that works together. It's not a one-man show. DJ Fest is our backbone, and he's always there, a guy we can count on to help us on all our technical difficulties.
That's right. Whenever I'm in problems, I can always call him. He's a phone call away.
The beautiful Sherry, how you're doing? Sherry, then good evening, good evening. Savitri Chan, good night, Maria Harris. And that is DJ Fest for each and every one of us here on Island Zone Radio. A really good fella indeed. And Apache Warrior, good night to you. We'll end with a beautiful song by Mr. Apache Warrior, a really good friend, supporter of Island Zone Radio. And yes, I heard his song on Island Zone Radio, I believe was 4 p.m. today. So
Sheridan Sukwa, thank you very much for watching.
So DJ, let's go.
Here comes a thing. Call baby, come on. Never leave me alone. I want you back in the love.
That's right. We have to give our DJ some love.
Warrior.
Apache Warrior and the beautiful Sonia sing. Old is gold, so feel free to sing along. Special dedication to the beautiful Chutney Kedarnauth.
a second don't pass when I don't think about you. All the sexy little things that you say, and then all the little things that.
Special dedication to the beautiful Veronica Juglal.
Another love like yours, got me know that you're genuine. Got me know that you're genuine.
She is always genuine.
Know that you're genuine and so true, girl.
मेरी आवाज़ हो तो तू है गीत मेरा.
Yeah, me know say you're good, and you are God's sin. Watch your back in my life, no matter where you went.
मेरी आवाज़ हो तो तू है गीत मेरा. जहाँ से निराला मन में तू मेरा. मिल जाए इस तरह तो लहरी जिस तरह हो. मिल जाए इस तरह तो लहरी जिस तरह. फिर हो ना जुदा ये वादा रहा.
And you alone can make me happy.
तू है वही दिल ने जिसे अपना कहा. तू है जहाँ मैं हूँ वहाँ. तू ये जीना तेरे बिन है सजा.
Yeah, find another love like yours.
तू मिल जाए इस तरह तो लहरी जिस तरह. फिर हो ना जुदा ये वादा रहा.
You alone me want, and I want nobody else. Since you did that live, it's like I'm losing myself. Loneliness is a good for me health. I'd rather have your loving more than riches or wealth. Like butter in a sun, and so me heart just a melt. No words can describe all this pain that I felt. Can me know, say, you are God sent. Me want you in my life, girl, no matter where you went.
La 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 la.
You're the queen of my life.
La 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 la.
You're my first lady. You're the queen of my life. You are my first lady. About time now to make some cute baby. And me and you fit then no ifs or maybe. The loving when me give you, girl, it drive me crazy. You're my heart, you're my soul, you're my destiny. So make we live a life real happily. Just gotta try take your space, but not worry with she. And you alone can make me happy.
The beautiful Veronica Juglal, that's right, You Alone Could Make Me Happy by Mr. Apachiwari and the beautiful Sonia Singh, one of my favorite cover too, Mr. John Nimad. Thank you very much. And yes, look him up on YouTube. Amazing music. Hey, Lalita Roberts, good evening to you. Good evening to each and every one of you. Maria Harris, thank you guys for being a part of our company, a part of our Monday evening. Until next time, we love you, love yourself. And yes, I always love my mom and my brother Nazali. Good evening to you. Thank you guys very much for being a part of our Monday night.
That's right, guys, and have a very pleasant week ahead of you until your show on Thursday night.
That's right, a jam down session on Thursday. Monesh Play, hey, that is Monesh Play, our Island Zone Radio, the guy who's always dancing and playing the soca videos for you. So check it out on Facebook, and that is Island Zone Radio.
Okay, happy belated birthday to Chandra Lal, who celebrated her birthday yesterday. We pray that God bless you and you have a good day.
That's right. Let's say congratulations to our brother, Mr. Monesh. So congratulations to the new addition to your family. Until next time, God bless you and yours. Take care. All the best to you.
डोरियों से मैनू तू बांध ले पक्की यारियों में होंदे ना फासले ए नाराजगी कागजी सारी तेरी मेरे सोने